Hey, what's up guys? It's Julius DeBerry from Majestic Studios. I got another quick video for you guys today. And today we're going to talk about something pretty cool. If there's one thing that a keyboard player needs is a great keyboard stand. And there's a couple of things that kind of make the keyboard stands good to us or bad to us. We want to be able to set them up really quickly so we can get our keyboards on the stands and get ready to play as fast as possible. And we want those keyboard stands to be as sturdy and stable as possible. There's one thing that I cannot stand, it's a wobbly keyboard stand. If I'm grabbing it to see how sturdy it is, or if I'm moving the arms before I put my keyboard on there, if I'm seeing a bunch of wobbliness back and forth, or if the legs are going side to side and I'm having to shimmy it with a piece of cardboard so it stands flat, that's not going to really be an ideal situation for me or a keyboard stand that I'm going to enjoy very much. So because of that, I think this is a great stand for you guys to check out. This is the new model T stand, the T model stand from Liquid Stands. And I think you guys should check it out. It's got some nice features, some things that I think make it unique and kind of set it apart. You know, there's a lot of stands out there, but you know, trying to find one that suits your need, you know, quick, like I said, quick to set up and very sturdy. I think this one kind of checks the boxes off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about the T model, the T stand from Liquid Stands. I do want to preface this video by letting you guys know that Liquid Stands did send me this stand for free. I didn't have to pay for it, but they are not going to see this video before it hits YouTube. They don't have any input on what I say. They send it to me to do a review to check out and let you guys know what I think about it. So we're going to start the video out with a time-lapsed version of the assembly, but you'll also be able to see the process that I went through, what I went through to get it put together. And once you figure out kind of how to set it up, it's a very easy process. So I want to show you guys that. After that, we're gonna talk about the things that, some of the features of the stand that I think make it unique, some things that I think set it apart, the things that I really like about it. We're also gonna talk about a few points of things that I think are not as good about it, or that I think could be improved. Maybe also a couple of things that I think would have been cool if they had implemented that as far as the stand is concerned. And then we're going to show a couple of keyboards on it so you guys can see kind of how things fit on it and what it looks like set up. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get into it. I want to give another shout out to Liquid Stands for sending me this stand and giving me the opportunity to review it for my YouTube channel. So I can show you to you guys and show you the good things that I like about it, and hopefully you guys decide to purchase it. I just want to also let you guys know that there will be a link available in the description that you can use to purchase this stand if it's something that you're interested in. Just a little bit if you guys decide to make that purchase. So if it's something that you're interested in, please be sure to click the link in the description when you decide to make that purchase. All right, so as you can see in the box, there's not many individual things included in the box. We have the main legs that support the keyboard stand. We have the two arms that are used to secure the keyboard on top of the legs, and two boxes that both hold additional parts. One of those boxes held the screws with handles that allow you to tighten them by hand. You don't have to have any kind of external tools or anything when you put this together. These screws just kind of go right in the holes, and you can use the handles to hand tighten them in place to secure the stand. And then the other box had straps that you can use to give a little bit of additional security to the keyboard once it's on the stand. I've never had these before. I didn't even realize that that's what the holes on the bottom of the keyboard were for. So there will be more on this later. one of the boxes also includes a headphone holder that you can use to attach to one side of the arms for the stand, and you can use this as a place to store your headphones. Even though something like this is a small addition, I have a lot of appreciation for nuances like this. Told you guys in the introduction, there's a lot of different stands out there, a lot of variety what you can buy and purchase. So finding something that makes a stand unique and sets it apart from the other ones is pretty important when you're on your search to find the perfect keyboard stand to use. So somebody like me, I normally have to sit my headphones on top of my keyboard like many of you guys do as well. I really don't like doing that, so I've even found myself sitting my headphones on the floor or just finding something that I can sit them on so I don't have to put them on top of my keyboard. But having a holder for my headphones like this is pretty cool. It's a pretty nice addition to have included. I think it's a nice touch. The last step of putting the keyboard stand together involves these little soft pads. They are very sticky on one side, so be very careful once you pull the protective paper off. Be sure that they are exactly where you want them before you place them on the metal, because they will stick very quickly. They stick very well. They don't come off easily at all. Okay, so now that the stand is put together, I want to show you guys a couple things that I like about the stand, some of the nice features about it, and maybe a couple of things that I wish were different or could be a little bit better. All right, I'm going to start from the bottom, and then I'm going to work my way up. All right, let's go. All right, so as you can see, it is very sturdy. I can put weight down on it. It doesn't bow at all. Only time you get to see anything is if I like purposely pull it back one direction like this. So this T-model type stand is very sturdy because of the design, how it sits on the legs on both sides like this. And then I guess all the weight is going to be centralized and supported by these two beams in the middle, or these two legs in the middle. Just the way it's set up, it's not going to wobble left and right like you can kind of have with some other stands at times. If you do run into like an uneven surface, this is one of the things that I think is really cool about this stand. If you do run into an uneven surface, instead of having to like shimmy the stand with a piece of cardboard or something like that, the feet underneath the bottom, I'm going to raise this up, show it to you. These things here, they twist out. So I don't know if you guys can see that really well, but they twist out. Okay? All right, so they twist out. So if you got an uneven surface, you can change the length of these on each side to make up for that surface. So this is essentially like what would happen if you were trying to shimmy a piece of cardboard underneath the stand to make one side higher than the other. All right, I think that's really cool. At first, I was kind of thinking that this stand was, that people, may complain about the length of time it takes to put it together, compared to like a standard X stand that you just kind of push the little release handle and just open the legs, just open up. And it may take a little bit longer than that, but it's really not that bad when you think about it. You see, now that this is together, I can show you these legs just swing in and out, okay? So you have this little latch here, okay? There's like a little button on the side that you push to release this little latch, and you can just pull that straight through, just like a little ring thing, like that, and it just goes in the hole to secure. But this little knob here is what's really securing the leg in place, okay? But these two kind of work together to make sure it stays in place. So this is what I kind of figured out. When this knob is all the way out and this latch is out, the leg just folds in like that. You don't have to remove this leg here unless you're taking the whole thing apart, but just folds in like this. So if you arrive, you can just imagine if you have both legs folded in like this, you arrive to your gig, you just unfold it, take this little screw thing, screw it in. All right, now right there, it's locked. It's not going in. But then you have to, if you use this to further secure it, you can go in this side or that side, whichever one you want. But for me, I think putting it in the opposite side from the handle is better because of this. If you pull this out, you don't have to take this all the way out for the stand for the leg to close in. See? And it's still in there. Still in there a pretty good amount, okay? And it's not, if I pull it, it's not to the point to where it will fall out and you would lose it, okay? So you don't even have to take this all the way out. That's a very big point, because I was thinking at one point all these little handles would have to be kept up with it some kind of way, with a bag or some type of thing, so you make sure you don't lose them, because if you lose one of these little knobs, it could affect the stability of the stand. But not having to remove it, that's a huge plus. Okay, so you just want to unscrew it enough to where it comes out of the hole that's securing the stand together. And when you get ready to lock it in, you just screw it all the way in, and now the stand is locked again. Okay, so just put this back in. That's huge. So it's very sturdy. It doesn't take long to set up at all. When you arrive to your gig, you just have to unfold the legs, pop that pin in, and then screw these handles in the rest of the way. Oh, I forgot something about the feet. Something else that's really cool. So those little things underneath the bottom of the feet that I was telling you guys about that you could unscrew, they come completely out. And when you pull them out, you can put wheels in those holes. So Liquid Stands has a set of like casters that you can purchase and put them inside of the holes that these things under the bottom are in. If I can get to it, these things here, right here, you can put wheels there. And now you've got a mobile stand that if you need to move around your studio, if you need to move around your stage for whatever reason, because this stand also can be used as a table. So that makes it very portable. If you need to be able to, move a keyboard from one place to another and don't want to have to pick it up, you can just put it on those casters. I'm pretty sure they lock. Those wheel casters, and then you lock them and they're in place for your gig and they won't roll or move away from you. That's a very big point. So check those out if you get a chance. They have some that they sell on their site, and I can put a link to those as well, I believe. I'll do my best to do that, but you should check those wheels out. That's another very big feature, in my opinion, for this stand. All right, if you decide that you want to raise the stand up, that's gonna be this leg here. This wheel here, okay? So you can just remove this out. You just wanna remove it enough to where you can raise it. Do that on both sides. Gonna untwist this one, just enough where the thing raises, okay? Now, good thing is they have little holes, so you can count the holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side. Now you probably have to get down a little farther if you want to be sure it's exactly lined up. And you count 6 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right on there. And you get really close, probably perfect, because you can count these holes and you just line the holes up, and now your stand is going to be even going across, okay? Gonna let it all the way back down on this side. Let it all the way down on this side. And now we're right back down to the ground level, okay? All right, so now we are in the middle of the stand, and there is this little headphone holder right here. This can just be used to store your headphones, like I mentioned earlier. You can, I guess, turn it whichever way you want it to go so it stays out of your way, or however you want it. And it just spins around. You can just sit your headphones on it right here and they stay out of the way. That's a really cool feature. I also mentioned, like for me, I keep my headphones on my keyboard. Sometimes I don't like putting them on there. I don't like laying anything on my keyboards if I can help it. So sometimes I'll put my headphones on the floor. But now with this stand, I don't have to do that. I can just sit it right here on the headphone holder. That's a really nice touch. All right, now this stand has a series of holes across the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now with these holes, you can arrange these arms as wide as this and as narrow as this. Okay, now what is really cool about that, and like I said, this is, I think, my favorite thing about this stand, is you can have a wide or a long 88 key keyboard, or you could have a really short keyboard on this stand. Now, if you really think about that, that's pretty epic, okay? The reason why I say that is because generally with the X style stands, to get shorter keyboards on those stands, you have to raise the keyboard higher, and that changes your angle of being able to play. Okay, if you have a really short keyboard and you have to stand that X stand as high as it goes, so the inside, so the arms are closed in like this, then now you may not be able to sit seated like I'm sitting now and playing. You have to sit on a stool or stand up to play, okay? But with this stand, you see it's on the shortest level right now, and I can sit down and play. But I could easily have a 37 key keyboard sitting right here, possibly a 25, just depending on how long they make the keyboard. That's really cool. But I also found that not only can you put a short keyboard on here, but this also holds like the MPC Live. That's really short. It sits right here on this, and I'm going to show you guys that in part of the video, that you're able to get short instruments on the stand and still be able to keep it low and sit down playing it. I think that's one of the things I believe that sets this keyboard stand apart from standard stands. And to be honest, every stand I have in my studio is an X stand. I think every last one of them except for one is a double X stand. I think I have one single X. But I hate those. I really don't like those singles at all. They're not very sturdy. But the double X, the single X that I have, I think that's on my son's keyboard is holding that, and it's like a little light Casio keyboard. I wouldn't trust any of my real keyboards on anything like that. It would only be X or Z stands, and now this is my first T stand. I would trust my any of my keyboards on this stand. So yeah, that's a really cool feature. I think that's going to be very beneficial to a lot of people, being able to put a shorter keyboard and keep it on a low level like this, and I have to raise the keyboard up high. But with that said, this keyboard stand is capable of holding a second tier. Liquid Stands did not send me that second tier, so I can't really speak for how sturdy it is. I'm really not even sure how it connects to this stand. I was trying to figure that out from pictures I saw and things like that, but I could not figure it out. So maybe I'll get one of those in the future or something at some point, and be able to do a follow-up to show you guys what that's like. I do plan to pick up those wheels for the stand. I'm not sure if you can use third party. I'm sure somebody's gonna ask that question if the holes are universal as far as wheel casters are concerned. I'm not sure about that. So just to be on the safe side, I would get the ones from them. If you guys find out information about that, you can leave them in my comments and let me know. But just get them from Liquid Stands and support their business and what they're trying to do. All right, so, and also at some point, you know, like I said, maybe I'll get a second tier attachment, and then I can figure out exactly how that attaches to this, and I can let you guys know, and we can go from there. I mentioned these security straps earlier in the video. I did not put them on during my initial assembly because I didn't think that they were compatible with my keyboards, so I didn't think I needed them. But the more I thought about it, I thought it would be better just to go ahead and show you guys how they fit on. So that last package that I mentioned does come with 2 of these security straps. All right, that's for the left and side arm on the keyboard, these arms here. And it came with 2 more of the screws, fastening knobs to secure them in place. And then it came with two of the security screws to screw this strap into your keyboard. So these are the ones that I think are going to go into your keyboard. I'm almost sure. All right, so all you got to do to install these is if you look at the front of the keyboard where these arms connect here, you're going to, where these little security fingers or whatever you would call them, they stop the keyboard from sliding forward. If these are the arms, I kind of see this is like the hands or the fingers, so it stops the keyboard from sliding forward. You're going to just unscrew this. It's a really long screw, and it's going to, of course, make that a little looser. So you're just going to take it all the way out. And what you're going to want to do, you're going to put the screw inside of these holes like that and push it all the way through. All right. Okay. All the way through the other side like that. Okay. Then you're going to screw it back in, of course, with this on there, with the little finger on there. Secure that in. And then what you're going to do, well, after you get it all the way in, okay, nice and tight, okay. After you get that just like you want it, you're going to take the long screw, one of these, and you're going to put it in one of these holes. Now what this is going to do is this is going to screw into the bottom of your keyboard. All right. Now, when I said I didn't think that these were compatible with my keyboard, the reason why I said that is because I didn't know that there were holes for these kind of screws under the keyboard. I'd never heard of this until I got this stand from Liquid Stand. Someone actually asked the question on one of Liquid Stand's posts about this keyboard stand and said, tell me how the straps work. And so I had no idea about that this was even possible, that this was a thing, but I think it's kind of cool. When I did look around at my keyboards, I did notice that there were screw holes, I'm assuming for straps, in my Korg SV2 and my Nord Piano 5. But I did not see screw holes in the newest Phantom. I did not see it in the Montage M series or my Kronos. So any of those keyboards that I checked, I didn't see it in any of those, but I did see them, or what screw holes that resembled what this would be used for, and the Korg SV2 and the Nord Piano 5. So you're gonna just now take this, fold it under your keyboard, and screw it all the way in, tight, nice and tight. And what this is gonna do is just gonna act as another means of security. If something happens and your stand fails, or if the keyboard gets knocked over, these straps are gonna catch it before it hits the ground or before it gets too low. All right, so that's what these are for. I wanted to make sure I got that in here to show you guys. So if you have any questions about this, please leave it in the comments, and I will try to get it answered. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is a pretty good overview of the Liquid Stands, the T model. This was just released. It was just announced this past weekend. And I think I'm going to enjoy it. I think it's going to be beneficial for me here in my studio. I would probably use this more so as a stationary stand, I believe. I think that might be the most beneficial way to utilize it for me. Now, I'm saying that because that was my initial thought, because of the knobs and the arms having to come off. So you got these two screws here on both sides, and then you've got the two knobs on the back on both sides that I mentioned. You probably maybe take one or two out on each side. But now that I know you don't have to do that, because of what I showed you, I think it could still be viable as a road stand, like something that you would take on the road. Just have to be really careful if you decide to take those knobs out to make sure you keep up with all of the pieces. If you can be responsible, if you can be responsible and keep up with those, you shouldn't have a problem. This would be definitely roadworthy for you. But for me, I think I would just kind of get it set up the way I need it set up and leave it in the studio. I am going to put the wheels on it because there are times that I need to move keyboards from spots there are times that I need to move keyboards from place to place for video recording or when people are having rehearsals and stuff like that. So I think it'll be really beneficial for me in that way. But do I believe this is a sturdy stand? 100%. I think this keyboard stand can hold anything that you put on it, keyboard wise. Be smart, be safe. But I think it's built well and it can hold the weight for the keyboards. I think it's versatile as far as being able to accommodate different sizes of keyboards. I think it's versatile as far as the height that it can go, whether you're sitting and playing or standing and playing. I think it can accommodate you either way as far as that's concerned. And also, like I said, being able to adjust the bottom. So if you're on an uneven surface, you can still utilize the stand and it be very sturdy. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is the T model from Liquid Stands. I'm going to have a link in the description. If you decide to purchase it, please use the link, but go and support these guys. They're doing great work. They have a lot of other things on their site that is very beneficial to keyboard players. If you guys haven't heard of Liquid Stands, go check them out. If you have heard of them, go support. They're doing good work. Until next time, this is Julius DeBerry with Majestic Studios. We'll see you later. Thanks.